Edward Snowden had a typical American upbringing, one that many would consider quintessentially suburban and idyllic. He was born in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, a small town known for its close-knit community and picturesque landscapes. He later grew up in Maryland, surrounded by a family with strong ties to the government, which played a significant role in shaping his early worldview. Snowden's father worked for the Coast Guard, a position that demanded discipline and a sense of duty. His mother was employed at the federal court, where she was involved in the intricate workings of the judicial system, and his grandfather served as an FBI agent, adding another layer of governmental influence to his upbringing. This background instilled in him a deep respect for authority and a belief in the importance of national security, values that were often discussed around the family dinner table. Despite his family's traditional path, Snowden displayed an independent streak early on, often immersing himself in the world of computers and technology. He was fascinated by computers and technology, spending countless hours learning to code and understanding the intricacies of computer systems. He even hacked into the Los Alamos National Laboratory network at the age of 15, a feat that showcased his exceptional technical skills. While this incident demonstrated his technical prowess, it also hinted at his willingness to question and challenge established systems, a trait that would define his later actions. Snowden's interest in technology led him to pursue a career in computers, a field where he could further hone his skills and explore his passion. He dropped out of high school but later earned his GED, showing his determination to continue his education on his own terms. He then went on to take computer courses at Anne Arundel Community College, where he gained formal training that would be crucial for his future endeavors. This paved the way for his future work in intelligence, where he would use his skills to access and analyze vast amounts of data, contributing to national security efforts. Little did he know that this path would lead him to uncover secrets that would shake the very foundations of trust in the government he had always respected, setting the stage for a dramatic turn in his life. Snowden's journey from a patriotic young man to a controversial whistleblower is a compelling tale of moral courage and the struggle between security and freedom in the digital age, a story that continues to resonate in today's world. Snowden's technical abilities opened doors for him in the world of intelligence. His proficiency with computers and networks made him a valuable asset in the field of cybersecurity and intelligence operations. He landed a job as a security guard for a national security agency facility in Maryland. This role, while seemingly minor, was his first step into the intricate and secretive world of national security. This position, though seemingly mundane, gave him his first glimpse into the secretive world of intelligence gathering. He observed the operations and protocols that governed the agency's activities, sparking his interest in the field. Driven by ambition and a desire to serve his country, Snowden joined the CIA in 2006. His dedication and technical prowess quickly set him apart from his peers. He excelled in his role, quickly rising through the ranks. His superiors recognized his potential and entrusted him with more complex and sensitive tasks. His technical skills were highly valued, and he was entrusted with increasingly sensitive information. Snowden's ability to handle encrypted data and analyze complex computer systems made him indispensable. He worked undercover, posing as a diplomat in Geneva, Switzerland. This assignment was a significant step in his career, exposing him to international intelligence operations. It was during this time that Snowden's faith in the US government began to waver. He started to question the ethical implications of the intelligence work he was involved in. He witnessed firsthand the agency's use of questionable tactics for intelligence gathering. These methods often involved extensive surveillance and data collection, raising concerns about privacy and civil liberties. He became disillusioned with what he perceived as the overreach of surveillance programs. The invasive nature of these operations troubled him deeply. This experience planted the seeds of doubt in Snowden's mind about the balance between security and individual privacy. He began to ponder the moral and ethical responsibilities of those in the intelligence community. In 2009, Snowden left the CIA and joined Booz Allen Hamilton, a private contractor for the NSA. This career move was driven by his desire to further explore the world of intelligence and cybersecurity. This move gave him even greater access to classified information. At Booz Allen Hamilton, Snowden's role involved handling highly sensitive data and working on top-secret projects. He was assigned to work on a project in Hawaii, where he would uncover the vast scope of the NSA's surveillance programs. This assignment was pivotal, as it revealed the extent of the agency's monitoring activities. Programs that targeted not just foreign governments and suspected terrorists, but ordinary citizens as well. The realization that everyday people were being surveilled without their knowledge or consent deeply disturbed Snowden, setting the stage for his future actions. Working at the NSA facility in Hawaii, Snowden had access to a treasure trove of classified information. This was a position of immense responsibility and trust, one that few people in the world could ever imagine holding. As he delved deeper into the agency's databases, a chilling reality began to dawn on him. The more he explored, the more he realized the extent of the surveillance being conducted. The NSA was collecting vast amounts of data on Americans, far beyond what he had ever imagined. This wasn't just metadata. It was detailed personal information that painted a comprehensive picture of individuals' lives. Snowden discovered programs like PRISM and Upstream, which allowed the NSA to collect phone records, emails and other forms of communication, and internet activity of millions of people around the world, including American citizens. These programs were not limited to foreign targets, they swept up data indiscriminately. He was shocked by the indiscriminate nature of these programs. The sheer scale of the data collection was staggering, and it seemed to lack any meaningful oversight or accountability. The government was not just targeting suspected terrorists or criminals, it was collecting data on ordinary people going about their daily lives. This included everyone from children to the elderly, from students to professionals. The realization that his own government was engaged in such widespread surveillance shook Snowden to his core. He had always believed in the principles of freedom and privacy, and now those beliefs were being challenged in the most profound way. The very ideals of freedom and privacy that he believed his country stood for were being violated on a massive scale. This was not just a policy issue, it was a moral and ethical crisis. He felt betrayed by the government he had trusted and conflicted about his role in perpetuating these programs. The weight of this knowledge was almost unbearable, and he struggled with what to do next. Snowden grappled with the implications of his discovery. He knew that exposing these programs would have far-reaching consequences, not just for himself, but for the entire nation. What he had uncovered was not just a breach of privacy, it was a fundamental assault on the principles of a free society. The very fabric of democracy was at stake, and he felt a deep sense of responsibility to act. He knew he had to act, but he was also aware of the risks involved. The decision to become a whistleblower was not one he took lightly. It was fraught with danger and uncertainty. Speaking out against the NSA, one of the most powerful intelligence agencies in the world, would have serious consequences. He would be labeled a traitor by some and a hero by others, but the truth had to come out. The weight of Snowden's discovery pressed down on him. He couldn't ignore the ethical implications of what he had found. The government was operating in secrecy, bypassing the courts and the public to collect data on a massive scale. Snowden believed this was a clear violation of the Constitution and a threat to democracy itself. He wrestled with the decision of whether to stay silent and protect his career and his freedom, or to speak out and risk everything to expose the truth. Snowden knew that if he blew the whistle, his life would change forever. He would be branded a traitor, facing espionage charges and potentially decades in prison. Yet, the thought of staying silent, of being complicit in what he believed to be a grave injustice, was unbearable. Snowden felt a moral obligation to inform the public about the government's overreach. He believed that people had a right to know how their privacy was being violated. After months of careful consideration and agonizing over the potential consequences, Snowden decided to act. He secretly copied classified documents detailing the NSA's surveillance programs. He knew he couldn't do this alone. He needed to find journalists he could trust, journalists who would understand the significance of what he had uncovered and share it with the world.